Okay, so um, I don't know if you can tell. I just started my Super Mario Galaxy music because I thought it would be funny to be playing it while I'm telling you. My speech is about Super Mario Galaxy. Also, I couldn't get Flipgrid to work, so I'm using my phone, and like this is what it said. I don't know why it keeps saying that. And then I even tried I thought maybe it was this thing you change the class comment to like that. So I tried to copy and paste, and it said the same thing. So I gave up working on my phone. Anyways, I'm gonna be trying to persuade you into believing that Super Mario Galaxy is one of the best Mario games of all time, and if not the best 3D platformer. Um, I think it's got it all going there. I think it's got the game, like mechanics, the way the game as a game plays, the story, um, the music, just everything about it. Personally, seems to be flawless. To many other people think it's pretty great. So, um, first we're gonna be talking about the world building and like the game kind of itself. Many people have said that it's a linear, like games like this are all linear, but like its linearity is almost like not there. Like it feels like you could go anywhere, but like at the same time, like you're like on one path the whole way. And so like the way it does this is like if you load into a star in a galaxy, some stars have a uh, a Luma in it, and if you can stop by and talk to him, and you can feed the Luma, and he'll like blast off, and he'll give you like a whole extra little level in the level to do, and gives you a star. Or you can just cruise past him, do that star, and then come back and do the Luma later or something like that. So like, there's only two paths you can take, and they're set in place. But like, it feels kind of like your own like way. In like another thing it does is like you can see ahead. Like in Mario in like 2D Mario games or like Super Mario 3D World, it kind of has they like this feeling of you can only see like you're kind of trapped in. But in Super Mario Galaxy, you can change the camera around. You can look that way, look that way, like so many other ways, so many places you can look. Um, and I think it accomplishes this really well by the loading is like minimal as a game itself. Like there's almost no loading screens. Like there's loading screens, but they're really short. But like as once you get like in the star or like the galaxy, like I'll just call it star from now on. Like a level is a star. Once you get in that star, everything is loaded, and so you don't like go into a pipe and it loads like in the actual Mario games. You take a star and you just watch your guy like fly through the air and then land. And so like the way it like gets rid of that linearity is the camera, and you can see like the world ahead of you where you might go or something like that, or like even just like abstract planets that you like might think like, hey, I'm going there, but you're really not. Um, so I think it does that really well, and I think it like I think the idea of space is like crazy interesting because it's not just like you have to run up these blocks to get to like this next part. Like sometimes there's just planets like next to each other, and you just have to use the gravity to like get high enough just to get into the other planet's gravity and go to that one. So like it kind of adds its own like it lets you be creative in a way, and like a great thing about that is that like you might fly to a planet and there might be a boss fight, which I'll get to bosses in a second. The bosses, um, like the boss fights, you'll land there and you might not even know like there's not really any hint a music change, but besides that, like you'll kind of just stumble, like you'll go around the like little like circular part of it and pop up on the other side, and boom, boss fight. And so it adds like an element of surprise to it. Um, I think that's about it for the world building and stuff. I think next bosses. or I guess not world building, the linear C part of world building. The bosses. So this kind of builds in with the um, linear C in a way. So like the first part, every boss has its own like mechanic and stuff that you can like one guy you have to like be a bee and you have to land on a wall and then jump off and ground pound, or like another guy you have to be a ghost and like fly through a wall or something like that, you know. And so the way like the amount of bosses is crazy. There's I think there's how many was it was like 26 something like that in just the first game, and then there's um asteroids. And asteroids, what they do is basically take the exact same level, but they change it in a way. So there's Daredevil, which makes you like one shot, like you have one health, and if you take any damage, you'll die. So that's really big for boss fights. There's another one. It's like a time limit one. It's called like Cosmo or something like that. And so you have to like race through the level. It's pretty crazy. Um, there's another one. It just like speeds up like everything. So like the enemies are super fast, stuff like that. Um, yeah, things like that. And so there's 26 bosses, and then plus those like asteroids, there's like 40 different types of fights and stuff like that. And so a really big thing that I enjoy about the game is every level, like whenever ever there's like a new mechanic that you have to learn, like it kind of progresses through the level. Like it starts off super easy and like just kind of lets you figure it out, and then it becomes medium, and then it becomes hard, and then usually there's just like a boss fight at the end. And so like that's what I really like about the boss fights is they integrate the new mechanic that you learn. Like every single one seems to have a new mechanic that you learn throughout the level, and so they use this really well. Like they'll repeat the same mechanics for some bosses, but they add this like level of just like levels of new mechanics that you just keep stacking on and adding more and more fun. And so it's a really fun part about the bosses. I think that's about all for the world building that I've got right now. Um, the story. So I'd say the not maybe not the most favorite, but a definite fan favorite of the side characters in the Mario series is Rosalina, and she got added in Super Mario Galaxy, which is a huge bonus as a like an appeal for Super Mario Galaxy. Like it makes it more appealing to play and like brings more people in just for Rosalina because they don't really know anything about her. But if you play Super Mario Galaxy, after you beat so many stars, it unlocks a new chapter, and the way it plays this out is you go into the library and she's reading the Little Lumas. Um, she's reading them a like storytime book, and it's actually just a book about her life story, and so it's like it kind of just covers like her whole backstory in a way, or like not really her whole backstory, but like how she came to be, like why she's in that. It's called the Comet Observatory, and so like it kind of explains that, and so then the like the game feels really like you kind of like not only are you beating Bowser, you're beating these levels, but you're also unlocking, learning stuff about Rosalina, which is like it's just the first time I played through, I was astounded. I just wanted to keep learning about her, and so there's obviously that, and then like the final boss, adds one of the like craziest like endings to like it's definitely no Mario game, but like to most games in a whole, where his Bowser has like this huge planet slash star thing, and it kind of just implodes on itself, and it creates this like vortex, and it's not a black hole yet; it's just a vortex, and all these Lumas, which are like the stars, come in and they try and stop this vortex from becoming a black hole, and they fail, and the black hole like sucks everything up. But Mario like wakes up, and it leads perfectly into the second Mario Super Mario Galaxy, because it's kind of just like it changes the world, and you can tell that there's new things, but like it doesn't really show, and so that kind of comes in with the second Super Mario Galaxy. But like, what's crazy about it is like it goes from just a simple boss fight to like literally universe ending, just because you killed Bowser, or I guess didn't kill him, defeated him, which is it evolves so fast and everything. Um, I think the beginning is kind of boring for the storytelling aspect, but it's also like at the same time it's super fun as well, because it's the same thing of Bowser just taking Peach. Like, who cares? But it's also like this alien spaceship like just kind of picks up her castle. Like, where did that come from? They have lasers now too. Like, they cut out the ground and they just pick it up and take it, and then they just go into space, kind of just unannounced. So I think it's boring in a way that it just does the same repeated thing with Peach being taken, but it completely just blows away every other aspect of Mario, like saving Peach. Um, I think finally, just the music. I'm sure you've been enjoying it this whole time, but it like I've actually talked to like 10 people who've 5 of them, like, we'll just say like half of those 10 people, 5 of them have like never played Super Mario Galaxy, but the music itself is just so great that they like listen to it. Like the lo-fi, that's what I have, calming and relaxing Super Mario Galaxy lo-fi. It's just so great that like they just listen to it and they don't even understand like kind of like that it's different galaxies playing or whatever. And then the other half had never played the game, and they started listening to music and they thought like, wow, this is so good, like I want to play it and understand. And so like I've talked to a bunch of people who's like literally only played Mario Galaxy or gotten into it because of the music, and then they realize how fun it is and like how great it is, that they kind of just like it just switches from just for the music to the game itself and the origin, and or not the origin, the storytelling and the world building and everything. And so I think the music is like, to me, it's one of my favorite things. Like, it's just like music is a language that anyone can understand, and if you can make it right or make it beautiful, then uh, it'll talk to a lot of people. A lot of people will like it, and so I think the perfect like the music as a listening is perfect. Like, it's just there's kind of different genres of the music. Like, there's like intense for boss fights. There's this like calming, like what's playing right now. I don't. Pretty sure you can hear it. I'm not sure. And it's like do do do. Like, it's like you feel relaxed. Like, I've fallen asleep to music before, like the lo-fi versions of it, because it's just so relaxing. But then like when you get into the game, it like just fits the world perfectly. Like, it's called Gusty Garden, Gusty Garden, and like wind everywhere, like chaotic trees swaying. Like, you can tell it's like a chaotic place, and it just is like dun, 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 like super crazy music. But then you go into like just the observatory or comet or whatever it's called, the spaceship that your home base is, and it's just this like peaceful music because everyone's just standing around, they're hanging out, like Lumas are flying around all happy and stuff. Like, there's no need to be urgent, and so like it kind of just the composer of the music is just made it so perfectly for every single situation. And I think that like the nostalgia that I get playing the game, that's the biggest thing. It's just like I could hear that music anywhere, and I would just think like, I think I hear great music as one in for one, but I also like I can envision the galaxy like immediately, like it's crazy. So like just the impact it can have just by playing the game is it's crazy. Like the melodies, like everything is just perfect. I think that's about it. See, I got anything else? Nope. I don't got anything else. I guess that's all. Um, so yeah, I'd say give it a shot. At the very least, listen to music. Think to yourself, this music's pretty good. I want to play the game for the music. Try the game, listen to music, realize, oh my gosh, this game's good. And then play only that game for the rest of your life. Just kidding, you don't have to. But give it a shot. That's all.